Have you ever wondered what is the format in which a movie runs in a cinema hall, in a theater? Well, we also talked about it in our some other videos, that we will sometimes make a video about how to run any movie in a cinema theater. So this is that video. DCP, Digital Cinema Package, is the format which is universally accepted by all the theaters to show any film in the theaters. So how do you create a DCP? We are going to show you in this video. Please watch till the end. Don't miss a single second. Hello everyone, I'm Pramod Sharma from Shri MM Movies, and we are going to see today how to make a DCP. Well, first of all, what is a DCP? It's a format. Digital Cinema Package is a format which is accepted by all the theaters in the world. There were some previous processes, like some standard committees were made in the world who created this format, and then it was accepted by all the theaters that yes, we will show our films in this particular format. So for our matter, for a filmmaker's sake, we just need to have a DCP with us. If you have a DCP, you can very well run it in any of the theaters. There are different kind of DCPs. One is called an encrypted DCP and another is called a non-encrypted DCP. So it's something like you have a file which is password protected and another file which is not a password protected file. So if a password protected file you give to anyone, they can't open it till the time they don't have the password, but a non-password file you can give to anyone and then they can open and use it. It's that simple. So for our purpose, we generally make non-encrypted DCPs because we will be using them for the preview theaters, for censor board screenings, for film festivals mainly. So whenever you are sending your films to any film festivals, ultimately they will ask you to make a DCP. If you don't know how to do it, then you will have to pay a handsome amount of money to other people to make it. Today I am going to show you how to easily make it a world-class DCP. World-class, when I say, it will be accepted by anyone and everyone, and it won't have any compromises on the quality, etc. part. So be assured that if you make this DCP, it will run anywhere and everywhere. So let us move to my computer's screen and we'll see how to do it. So we'll move to my computer screen and I'll show you. Here we go. Now this is my computer's screen, you can see. To make a DCP, what we are going to do today is we will use this editing software called Adobe Premiere Pro. Most of the films in the world which are made today are edited either on Adobe Premiere Pro or they are edited on DaVinci Resolve. There are 2-3 main softwares which are being used commercially to edit any film. So this is the primary software which people use. If you make a DCP from this software, it is accepted anywhere and everywhere. So let us go to Adobe Premiere Pro. If you know the editing, you can do it yourself. Follow these steps and you can do it yourself. If you don't know editing, then you can show this particular video, my video, to your editor and they will be able to follow the steps that I'm going to show, and then they can make the DCP for you. Yeah. So let us move to my computer screen fully and we can watch what we are doing now. Okay, so this Adobe Premiere Pro, I have opened a project for you already. You can open any project. This is a project of Toote Kaanch, our film which is shortly going to release in theaters. And again, in this software only I made those DCPs which will be releasing in the theaters. So you can be assured that yes, this is the software which is commercially being used. Okay. Okay, so once your project is, we will assume that once your project is done, all your editing is done, your color corrections are done, color grading are done, everything is done. By the way, how to do color grading, color correction, etc. I'll try to cover these topics in some of other videos which we will be making. As you know that the purpose of this particular series is we are trying to tell you about that knowledge which is not easily available anywhere. You might be struggling to find it everywhere, but it's not easily available. So the aim of this series is that we show you all those things which are not available anywhere. If you feel that there is something missing, you would like to know about it, but we haven't made any video about it, and you are not able to find that information anywhere else, then please let us know in the comments, and we will certainly try to make a video about it. Okay, so your editing is done. Now it's the time to export your file. When I say export a file, it means that from your editor you will take a final file which can go to theaters in our case, or which can go to television, or which can go to, say, a computer or wherever. So export means that we'll go to file menu, and here we have this option called export. In Adobe Premiere Pro, you need to, a quick tip, if you happen to see that this media option is not highlighted and is disabled, then what you need to do is that you need to click on your timeline once. Okay, once you click on your timeline, then this option will be enabled for you. All right, or you can see that there is a shortcut Control M you can use for this purpose. So we'll click on that, and here you go. So you can see that this is the entire timeline, the entire duration of the film, out of which I have selected half of my film. Yeah, I believe that if you are hands on with Adobe Premiere Pro, then you might be already knowing all these details, but let me try to cover as much as I can for your benefit. Whatever duration of the film I need to export, I select it somewhere on the timeline by my marking it in and out markers, and then it will be selected here. That much portion only will be selected here. Okay, so now we are in this export window. What do I do to export my file as a DCP? As you can see that already those options are selected, because last time I had made some DCP. You can also see here that a Pramod Sharma's 2K DCP is a preset set here. I'll let you know how to do it in a while. So first let me show you from the scratch how to do it. Once you are in this particular window, just open this part, and you need to go down till you find Raptor DCP. So Raptor DCP is an add-on which is supplied with the Adobe Premiere Pro for making DCPs. So you select Raptor DCP first. Yeah, I'll come back to this. Please leave it for the time being. But you can see that there are a couple of options here. This option is new. I'll come to this later. But there are two options available here: 2K Digital Cinema Flat 24 frames per second, and then 2K Digital Cinema Flat 25 frames per second. When it comes to movies, remember it's always 24 frames. Yeah, so we will select this particular option, 24 frames option. Now you can see that whatever changes I'll make here, accordingly this particular place, the preview window will change. Here I can give a name for the file. So let us say I'll select a folder, and you can see that already the extension .dcp is there. So what I'll do is I'll give this file a name. Let us say tootekaanch.dcp, and I'll say save here. As you can see that the name is already coming here. If I reduce this box, then you can see that there are lots of other options available here. For the time being, forget this effects tab and captions tab. We will focus on video and audio. Okay, so you don't need to make many changes here. These are the standard changes. These are the changes which will be standard, and these settings are standard settings. So most of them you can accept, like video codec is JPG, video dimensions are 19 1098 by 1028, what you need to do is that you need to choose this format, 2048 by 858 scope. As you can see that the changes are reflecting here, 2048 by 858 scope format. This is standard for feature films. Yeah, so blindly, without a second thought, just select it. 24 frames we need to always select for films. Rest of the things you can ignore. Bit rate, as you can see that there are 250 Mbps bit rate selected here. When we were making this video about how to shoot a film on a mobile, I told you, and you can watch that video again if you haven't seen it on our channel ShreeMM Movies. It's part of this series only. So I had shown you how you can set this bit rate in your mobile when you are shooting, right? So at that place you need to select the option of the maximum bit rate which is available in your mobile. Here it's 250 Mbps by default for the DCP, so you don't need to touch it. It's not even editable. Okay, now I had already mentioned it, but what is bit rate? When you are shooting something by a camera, by a mobile or camera, how much data should be allowed to go inside? Okay, so as much data you allow to go inside, Mbps, megabits per second. Okay, so how many megabits you allow inside your camera per second? So you can understand that as much data you will allow to go inside your camera or mobile, that much clarity your picture will have, your video will have, right? So we need to shoot it as much Mbps possible for us. It will certainly create huge amount of size for the files, but then ultimately you can't compromise on the quality. So you need to shoot on higher bitrate, and here it's by default 250 Mbps. So you can go ahead with this. Okay, what I further do is, if let us first go to audio. If you go to audio, then you can see that uncompressed 48,000 hertz stereo and 24 bit, these are by default selected here. If your film is 5.1 sound, what it means is, you might have heard it. If you don't know about it, then I'll tell you. I'll certainly make a separate video about it, how to use 5.1 sound in your films, or how to use stereo sounds. But on a higher level, you might have seen sometimes two boxes, two speakers besides a television, or in old time besides the theater. So those are stereo. Two speakers are stereo system. So your voice will be coming either from here or here. When I say 5.1, you might have heard Dolby Digital system. So Dolby Digital is 5.1. What it means is that there will be total 6 speakers in the theater or your home theater, wherever. From those 6 surrounding speakers, the surround sound will come. That's what it means. So we'll go to that part later sometimes. For the time being, you need to understand that if your sound in the film was 5.1, then you can select the 5.1 option. Otherwise you're fine with the stereo option. What I further do is I use maximum render quality. So it it can further improve the quality of your video. I select this option. Then you can see that the above part and the below part, the higher part, highermost part, and the lowermost part, these are getting cut from here. Okay, so what we need to do here is, out of this option scale to fit, you can experiment with them. But if you say stretch to fill, you can notice the changes. When you say stretch to fill, your entire film comes here. Yeah, so this is the option that you need to choose. Okay, once you choose all these options, you are done. Ignore these captions for the time being, ignore these effects for the time being. They don't contribute to the DCP, but they can be used sometimes. I'll tell you later. Now you can see that the preset is custom here. What I can further do is that I can click here and say save preset, okay, and I can give this particular setting a name, right? So if I give this particular setting a name, then next time it will start appearing, the name will start appearing like this, Pramod Sharma's 2K DCP here in this menu for us. So next time you won't be required to do all these settings from scratch. You just can select, like I did last time, you can just select this particular preset and then you are done. So all these settings which you had done in this preset last time will be replicated here, and you can just give a name, different name to this file, and you are ready to go ahead. Okay, so this much done, and you just need to say export. I'll not say export right now because it will start exporting the file, so I'll not say export right now, but this much done and you are done with the DCP. Your DCP will be ready. Let me show you how a DCP actually looks like once it's done. Let me minimize all this. Give me a moment. Okay, meanwhile, how much time a DCP will take? As you know that it's 250 Mbps and highest format, so it will take a lot of time. It's very common. Let us say if you are making a DCP for a 2 hours long film, it is very common for it to run continuously for say 2 days or something. Yeah, 24 hours to 48 hours, it's very normal. Again, the problem you will face is whenever you export from Premiere Pro, several times your software may hang, your computer may hang, your software will be frozen. Yeah, it will stuck at a particular point and won't go ahead. All those problems will be there. So for those problems, I'll make another video sometimes how to overcome those problems, but for the time this is the process. Let me to end this video, let me show you once we do a DCP how it looks like. Okay, so we will go to, let us say, I must be having some DCPs ready for you here. Sorry, these are the temporary folders for Adobe Premiere Pro. Here we go. So see here, I've got a DCP which says a name is there, a to take on still interval.dcp. As I said that I make 2 DCPs generally of a film, till interval and after interval, so it becomes easier for the software to make it. So you can see that the extension is .dcp. When I open it, sorry, this is a half cooked rice, this is not the fully done DCP. Let me take you to somewhere else if I have some DCP for you. Okay, here we go. So again I'll open it, to take till interval.dcp. This is a file. As you can see that there are a couple of files here. Okay, so you don't need to, however, go to the technical details of these files, but on a higher level, this is the video file you have, and you can see that the size of this particular video file is very high, huge file. Then this is the audio file. Okay, these are some XML files. This is an index which the DCP format uses to play the files, and this is again some temporary file, sorry, some internal file. Yeah, so this is the format. Now I'll show you how much size a 1 hour long DCP is having here. If we go to properties, and please bear with me some time, please bear with me. So as you can see that it's 46.2 GB, right? It's 46.2 GB. So 2 hour long file made on a mobile 2K format is 46.2 GB. If you had shot the film on say 4K format and then compressed it to 2K, it would have been further a huge size, right? So please expect this kind of size when you make DCPs. This is the DCP done with the Adobe Premiere Pro. Now let us say that you don't have access to Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a paid software, costly software. If you don't have access to it, you can try making this DCPs from whichever editing software you use, and if the software has those options. But let us say if you don't have any software, plus you don't have the software or editing knowledge, you have a file, a .mp4 file or a .mov file, and you want to make a DCP. How will you do that? We will cover that sometimes in some other video. For the time being, we have covered how to do it in Adobe Premiere Pro. So please make your DCPs, please fulfill your dreams, please keep watching us, do like us, subscribe us, and stay with us. Thank you so much.